I'm sharing my screen. So can I share my screen? It's got visible for me. Hello, are you able to hear me? Okay, I'm not able to share my screen. So it is disabled from your end, I think. So can you please enable it? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear. My screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. So before starting to Snowflake architecture and Snowflake details, we will first learn about something called data warehouse, because Snowflake is also a data warehouse. So basically, what is the concept of data warehouse? Without knowing the proper concept of data warehousing, so it will be difficult to learn the Snowflake part and all. Okay. So so let's say in our organization we are working in a project, and in that project we are getting data from multiple different system, in the sense like maybe you are dealing with a banking system. So let's say I'm giving an example of banking, or you can take the example of whatever you want, but the let's say we are working in a banking domain, and in a banking domain, like what we do is like, let's say people make the transaction. We are tracking about the transaction data, and people make the transaction through different channels, right? Some people will do the transaction through check, some people will do the transaction through ATM, some people will do the transaction through different Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay, that is UPI related. Some people will be doing it through what I can say, cash. So different channels they will be making the transaction. So let's say I just wanted to analyze all the transactions made by all of the customers in the month of January 2021. So what is my what will be the concept? What will be the what I can say is like, how we will be making that data analysis. We need all those data. All those data in a single place, where we can put some from where we can get those data, and we can make some analysis, right? So maybe those will be some of the data is coming from check, some of the transaction made from check, some of the transaction made from cash, some transaction made with debit card, some transaction made with some different channels. So how we will be analyzing those data? We need all those data in a single place, and that place is called data warehouse basically. And how we are getting those data? We are getting those data through ETL tool. So that is the that is what I just tried to show on the picture. So I'm getting from different I'm getting data from different system through ETL, that is through ETL, that is extract, transform, load. I'm getting those data, I'm loading those data to the data warehouse. And this data, from this data warehouse, I have BI utilization tool or some other reporting tool, or who are interacting with the data warehouse data, and they are getting those report for the customer in a proper shape, in a proper manner. And I'm getting all those transactions what are all happened in the month of Jan to 2021. So the concept is clear. Hope. So the basically the thing is that data warehouse where I need all the raw data. From those raw data, what I can do, I can make some analysis on that. I can make some analysis. So if somebody is working in a anti-money laundering domain, they knows that like how people are how it is required to analysis the data in every sector. In every sector, the data analysis is very important. Like if you go to travel for any flight or something, so those person will, you will see like those person are always giving you some discounts, some coupons, how they are giving, because they knows from where to where you are mostly traveling. They have the data, so that's why they are putting discount on those particular thing, right? Now
Mhm.
let's say sometimes you are just scrolling down your Facebook account and all, and you just entered in some shopping cart or in some shopping domain or something like that, right? And
Mhm.
after some time you will be seeing like you are multiple times you are frequently getting those kind of
Ads. Mhm.
advertisement very frequently. Why you are getting? Because Facebook is capturing your data, Facebook is capturing your presence, and they are capturing your behavior. From that
Mhm.
data they are building the behavior. They are coming to know that your behavior, that you have behavior of doing some shopping online. So that's why they are showing those kind of uh, proper, those kind of shopping cart on your Facebook timeline every time. So how people are, how business are analyzing this thing based on your data. So as of now, in our current organization, in our current market situation, the data is the main asset. So we need to maintain those data, because only data can bring the business.
Mhm.
So that is the reason the data warehouse concept came, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Now what I'll see, like let's say we have data, if you go to generation by generation data warehouse, we will have some generation 1 data, generation 2 data warehouse, generation 3 data warehouse, generation 4 data warehouse, and generation 5 data warehouse. So first,
Mhm.
second, and third generation of data warehouse is on-premise data warehouse. On-premise data warehouse, and fourth generation data warehouse is Redshift, which is cloud-based data warehouse. And now the fifth generation, this is the latest fifth generation data warehouse, which is Snowflake. So I'll just take Teradata. Teradata. I have just given three example here, because first Teradata I'm taking it as a first, second, third generation, because Teradata is an on-premise data warehouse. Then Redshift is a cloud database data warehouse, and Snowflake is a serverless cloud data warehouse. Now the thing is that what is the difference between these three generation? The first, second, and third generation is the on-premise generation. So is a simple example of buying a car. So whenever you are going to buy a car, so you have to give some upfront cost, right? You have to pay some money. If it is the, if your car cost is 6 lakhs, at least you have to pay 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs rupees to on them. Then you can go for the loan and all. Otherwise, you can make the total payment, and with, because unless and until you are paying the complete cost to the company, they are not going to give you the car. So basically,
Mhm.
here also it's the same case. So on, for all on-premise data warehouse, you have to make the upfront investment to install the product, to install the software, to install the server, all those things, right?
Mhm.
And after that you have a lot of maintenance. After buying a car, that is not the end, right? You have a lot of maintenance. You have to maintain, you have to fill the car with the petrol, diesel. You have to if your car is damaged, then you have to maintain that car. You have to make all those maintenance also involved. So
Mhm.
if you are going for a on-premise data warehousing, so upfront cost is high, and as well as maintenance cost is also high. Now, if you come to the fourth generation data warehouse, that is Redshift, you can take this as an example of rent a car. So rent a car means you have rent one car for let's say 3 days or 4 days, and you paid some money. So there also you have some upfront cost, and also if your car is damaged or broken or something happens, so you have to make that car maintained. Also maintenance is also involved, and on top of that, rent a car means, let's say you have rented the car for 3 days, and in between 3 days, one day you didn't use the car, but still you have to pay rent for that particular day also, because you have taken the car for 3 days. So that means either you are using or not, if you have taken the car on rent, you have to pay the bill, or you have to pay the amount, and also maintenance charges there. So it's not like what I can say, in on-premise data warehouse, like upfront cost is high and maintenance cost is high. In case of Redshift, these costs are not high, but still you have to pay something, because without paying any money, they won't give you the car on rent, right? Now, if you go to the fifth generation data warehouse, so you can take this example as a Ola Uber. So whenever we are booking a car on Ola, we don't bother about the upfront cost, because we are not paying anything until and unless the trip is completed. And then there is almost zero maintenance, because if the car is damaged, if anything happened, then we are not the responsible for that, right? So the thing is that this example is same as Snowflake. Snowflake is same as per this example, pay per trip. So whatever we will use in Snowflake, we will pay. We will not going to pay any extra amount. We will not going to pay any upfront cost. We will not going to pay any maintenance cost. So what we will pay? We will pay whatever we are using. So as per the Ola Uber, if I travel 4 kilometer, I'll pay money for the 4 kilometer. If I'm traveling 6 kilometer, it will be paying for the 6 kilometer. So this is what difference between Teradata, Redshift, and Snowflake. That means on-premise, where upfront cost is too high. A person who is thinking that I will be installing a on-premise data warehouse, then he has to pay a lot of money before installing that. Then it came as a Redshift, where you have to pay the money, but not that high, but still you have to pay the money. But in case of Snowflake, whatever you are using, no upfront cost. Whenever we will create a account in Snowflake, you'll see that there is no upfront cost. We can create the account and we can work on that. So, and whatever I will use, how much storage I will use, I will pay for that. How much compute I will use, I will pay for that. So that is the difference between these three generations, basically: first, second, third, and fourth and fifth. So Snowflake is, as of now, it's a high in demand, because of this pay per trip option, and it's a serverless cloud. Right. So next we will be seeing some of the challenges, what challenges we faced in case of traditional data warehouse. The first point was like it was limited and fixed resources. Let's say example as a storage. For traditional data warehouse, where on-premise, it's an on-premise data warehouse, where the thing is that you have to install all those things. You have to make the capacity planning, that how much storage you are going to be used, because in case of on-premise, installing server, bringing server, installing servers, all those things is not a small job. So whenever that if your capacity planning is not proper, in that case, let's say you have planned for 5 terabyte data. Now you are seeing, after some day, you are seeing like my project can exceed that 5 terabyte. In that case, again, installing one more server and make the connection between those servers and all those are very difficult case here. So it's not, and it's a cost is too high. That is the thing. But in case of Snowflake, what will happen, like it's very scalable. Like whenever you will not face any day that your storage has completed, because Snowflake is using cloud service, and cloud is giving scalable unlimited, that is infinite, unlimited data storage capacity. Whenever your storage is completed, one disk is completed, it will automatically add one disk simultaneously. So this is scalable, scale it, right? So in case of or traditional data warehouse, they can only handle the structured data, but here we can handle the semi-structured data as well. Performance on large data set is low. So in traditional data warehouse, in Oracle data, whenever you will go, like you will see like those kind of if you are performing if you are running or executing large queries where which is dealing with 1 million data, 2 million data, so in that case, that what will happen, like you will see like your performance is very slow. But whenever you will run those same kind of query in the Snowflake, you will see that drastically improve your performance. And the fourth point is lot of maintenance. What I told is like taking backup, indexing, partitioning, ordering, all those things, clustering, all those things. Some person has to be there who will do it. So that is the reason, like we in all traditional data warehouse, we have DBA activity. Because this kind of activity has to be done by DBA, and it's a huge job. Who have worked in a DBA, they knows like it's a huge job. Whenever server crashed, then whole night will gone for bring that server onto the track. So those kind of things happen. So this kind of backup and this kind of maintenance activities completely zero in Snowflake. No need to do any maintenance activity because it's already maintained, because it's already involved in this system. Partitioning, indexing, backup, restore is matter of 5 minutes, 10 minutes work.
Mhm.
Okay. Now,
That's
then we have seen that what are all drawbacks are there with traditional data warehouse. We have seen that different generation of generation and why Snowflake. Now we will see that why Snowflake. Why Snowflake we are using. The first point is like cloud data warehouse. It's a cloud data warehouse. It's run on cloud infrastructure, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. These three cloud platform we can choose while opening a Snowflake account. So if you want to take the service of AWS, you have to choose AWS. If you want to take it Microsoft Azure, you have to take that. Otherwise, Google Cloud Platform, right? Now the thing is that while it is running on the cloud infrastructure, definitely it's inheriting all the service provided by cloud, all the benefits of cloud, that is scalability, all those things, right? Then second point is what pay what you use. Like I told you that I given that a car example, like what we are using, I will paying for that.
Mhm.
Here separates to compute and storage cost. Compute and storage cost. What is compute cost? Let's say you are running a SQL query, or you are running a query to get some records. So those query will get some record, right? So those execution will be done by data warehouse, and that is called compute. So and another one is storage cost. So these two type of cost will be involved in the Snowflake. If something you are processing, you have to pay something, or if something you are storing, you have to pay something. But in say, Snowflake, these two costs are decoupled. Decoupled means these are not involved with each other. That means if you are not processing any query and you are just only storing some data, in that case you have to pay for the storage cost. And when you are not using storage and you are just processing record, you are just running a query, in that case you have to pay only for the compute cost. Okay, so what you are using, you are just paying for that. But in case of Redshift and other, these two costs are coupled. Means if you are using compute cost, if you are running a query, you are paying the storage cost also. So this kind of advantages Snowflake is providing. Then it's all completely remove setup infrastructure, both hardware and software. We need nothing. We will be working on a browser itself. Okay. Then support for semi-structured data. It is supporting semi-structured data like XML, JSON. All those files will be supported here. Zero copy clone. This is a very important feature of Snowflake. If someone is worked in a other data warehouse, they knows like whenever we are copying some data, table data, those data is physically copying. Physically copying means, let's say we have an employee table. In that employee table, I have 5 rows. Now again, I'm creating a backup of employee table, and so those 5 rows will be there in the employee backup table also. But the thing is that though employee and employee backup both is having the same record, still they are occupying different memory space. That means whatever 5 record is available in employee table, those are occupying the memory space, let's say 1 GB, and in sorry 1 MB, and in employee backup table, that is also having the same 5 record, but still they are occupying some memory. But that means for same record you are multiplying, you are occupying some more storage, right? But here in Snowflake, zero copy clone concept is like we are not copying the data physically. Instead of copying the data, we will be copying metadata. Means the address of the location. That means let's say I have a laptop, and I have asked my some of the friend, some of the friend wants that laptop. So instead of giving my laptop, what I am asking, I am giving the location of my laptop. So my laptop is in my bedroom. My laptop is in my bedroom. I given the location to my friend. He will come. He will come to my bedroom, and he will use the laptop. So that is the same thing. Employee and employee backup table both will be pointing to the same location, and data will be stored in that location, and they will both will be pointing to the same location. So in that case, what will happen, we are not occupying extra storage, we are occupying same storage, only the pointer to be there, only the metadata we are sharing with the employee backup table also, so that he can also access the same data from that same storage, not to waste the storage, right? So this is the zero copy clone concept came here. Then data protection is also there. Data protection, time travel, fail safe. So these are all the very importance of Snowflake, time travel, fail safe. So it's kind of backup and recovery. Whenever I'll show the example and practical, we will see like it's a very simple to do that. So let's say I have created my table 5 days ago, and after that, in that last 5 days, lot of insert update happened. Now I need that what was the status of the table on the second day or third day. So I can take the snapshot using the time table. Okay, and fail safe is also a concept. Okay, and last, there is a columnar storage of data. So basically, in the traditional data warehouse, we used row column level. Whenever we are storing the data, the data will be stored as a row column wise. But here we are storing the data as a hybrid columnar storage. So because we are storing this data as a block wise, so whenever we are fetching some record, that particular block, which is exactly having containing that record, that block will be faced, and we will be showing the output to the user. So it's a performance wise, it's a very good, because nowadays all the cloud warehouses are using this columnar storage of data basically. So it's a performance wise very, it's a very nice, it's a very improving basically. And the last point is automatic partitioning data internally. Basically, in the traditional data warehouse, if you work, then we know that we have to explicitly partition data to make the query faster. But here, Snowflake will compress the file as well, compress the data internally, and it will create the micro partition for each of the data. So there is a concept of micro partition which is done by Snowflake internally, and we will be learning all those things in our course. Basically, it's a vast type. We have to define all those things. So whenever we are dealing with micro partition, that means each of the block, each of the data will be stored in a proper manner. So that whenever we will be fetching the data, basically what will happen, we will get the exact data. Okay, so micro partition and indexing, all those things are happening by Snowflake. All those things are happening by Snowflake itself. We are not doing anything here. We just have to read the concept. We just have to know the concept here. Nothing. So DBA activities is completely removed from here, right? Now this is something called Snowflake architecture. So basically what I told, there are 3 parts in the Snowflake architecture. Okay, the first part is cloud service, second part is query processing, third part is database storage. What is database storage? Database storage, like I told, like we are running the Snowflake on the on the cloud infrastructure, so we can select any of the cloud service like AWS, Azure, or GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So we can select any of them, and whatever we are selecting, according to that cloud service, whatever data storage options are there, we will be installing those things here. So we no need to install anything, it will automatically take, right? So if you are using AWS, then S3 will be the database storage, right? Then now query processing, if you go to the query processing case, so we have virtual warehouses. What virtual warehouses will do? Virtual warehouses are running while you are executing some query. Once you are executing some query, then virtual warehouse will run, and the responsibility of virtual warehouse is to execute the query and get some record. So this is the query processing, and first one is the cloud service. Cloud service is the brain of the Snowflake architecture. Why we are calling it as a brain of the Snowflake architecture? Because here you can see the query processing and database storage all are decoupled. Decoupled means there are no link between query processing and virtual warehouse and database storage. Then now if any query is running in the virtual warehouse, how virtual warehouse will know that which data to retrieve, which data to find out, right? So those kind of instructions will come from the cloud service. So we know, like, if you assume our human bodies, like brain is giving all the instructions to all your parts of your body to do some operation or do some performance, right? Here also we got like Snowflake query warehouse, and warehouse getting all the instruction from the cloud service itself. How? Let's say I'm running one query, select star from employee table I given. So what will happen? Whenever we're executing the run option, this query will go to the cloud service. In that query, in cloud service, we have optimizer. They will optimize the best execution path, and they will fetch the address of the location of the data in which micropartition the data has been loaded. All those address they will fetch in, and they will attach with the query optimization plan, and then that plan will be sending to the virtual warehouse, and based on that plan, the virtual warehouse will fetch those particular addresses which addresses has been provided by cloud service, and they will be getting the data, right? So this is how the Snowflake architecture will work. And cloud service is also like it's an infrastructure manager. We have the metadata in the metadata manager, where the metadata will be stored in a cloud service. So how those optimizer is getting those address, those address has been given by the metadata manager. Security, then authentication, access control, which user will be having the access to which database objects, and all those access control can be done by the cloud services, right? So this is the something like concept of Snowflake, and now and we will see how we can create a Snowflake account. So whenever you require, like, it's a if you go to the Google and put Snowflake trial. Now if you click on here, you will see, like, let it open. Okay, here you can see the 30-day free trial you can create for your practice. Okay, so whenever the 30 days complete, if you want to continue with the same user ID password, then you can go for the money paid, or otherwise you can create your another Gmail account, and you can create another free trial account. So basically what is happening, whenever you are creating a Snowflake, I'll not create completely because I don't have Gmail account which is not in use right now. So let's say anything I'm giving here. So if you continue, you will be seeing here, like, we got standard, enterprise, business critical option is there. You select business critical as well, because business critical is the upgraded version. Otherwise you can go for the enterprise also. Don't select standard, because a lot of functionalities will not be there in standard. Always select enterprise or business critical, and select, I told you that there are 3 cloud service which we are using. So you can select any of them from here. So if you select AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure, anything you can select. And after that, what will happen? You have to select the region here and then get started. Once you get started, one email will come to you. So I can take this example. I just before someday I have created this one. So you can see like one email will come
I
like
know.
this: activate your account. And after that, you have to click on activate, and this is the link they will be providing. Using this link, you can access your basically.
Activate again.
Yeah. So this is, so I already have created the Snowflake account, so I can show you some of the visual things on that. Give me just some time. I'm just opening it. So this is what Snowflake is basically. So here you will be getting all those things like database. You can create the database here. Here you will be getting shares, data marketplace, data warehouse. What I told you, like there are two kind of storage, like there are two kind of compute costing. That is warehouse cost and database cost, data storage cost. There are, this is the warehouse. Okay. These are all warehouse you have. These warehouse are responsible for running your query. Okay. And worksheet is there. Here we can write SQL queries and all, right? Here we can create user. Those I have done. So you can in this worksheet we can write our SQL query. And here we basically, while we are creating, we have 5 roles. So we have a lot of functionality of those 5 roles. We'll go in detail in our later session. So basically these are all the things. So while we'll start the class, we will be learning all of those things: how database will be created, how schemas will be created, and all these things, how we can share data with one account to another account, how data warehouse can be created, how data warehouse can be suspended, can be activated, can be how worksheet, how you can see that. If you go to the account admin role, let me just give some example. If you go to the account admin role, you will be getting the account tab open here. If you click on that account tab, you will be seeing like what are all uses. See, there are 3 type of cost, like warehouse cost, average storage cost, and what is the data transfer cost. So data transfer cost we will never use, so it's a very rarely used, but we have the average storage cost and warehouse cost. So then how, what is the billing option, what are all credit card debit cards has been applied here, we will see here. What are all users we have, what are all roles we have, all those account admin part is there. So these are all things are there. What is the resource monitor, and also we will learn all of the single all whatever you can see here, we will learn all of those things. And worksheet will be using to write some query, like you can write some select star from, let's say no table has been created in this schema, so I'm just writing select star from 12. So like that you will get. So, yeah, that's all from my side. You can ask if any question you have.
I don't even know how to write the queries. Is that okay?
Do you have the SQL concept on that? Do you have any
Sorry?
SQL concept? Do you have any
No,
SQL concept?
no. That's the reason I'm asking. I don't have any idea about any I mean, anything, either coding or
That's fine.
the.
So that's fine. So what we can do is like we can because whenever we will start the course in that. So whatever I told you now, are you getting that point?
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. So then we have to give you some of the like SQL concept. So that's fine.
We want
DDL,
only SQL concepts or PLSQL also?
no, PLSQL not required. We
Only
need
SQL.
SQL,
Okay.
only SQL. Yeah. So SQL
Okay.
is fine.
I learned long time back, like almost 14, 15 years, but I didn't remember anything.
That's fine. That's fine. So that is also not a, big deal. So we will be learning the SQL also. In between that, you can also go through with some SQL. Basic is also like how to select a table, how to create a table, how to drop a table. Like we have some DTL, DML, this kind of language. You remember, right? If you go to W3 school also on Google, you will see like you have those kind of simple commands. So those also, if you know, then it's fine. If you don't know, I'll
Okay.
guide you. So that's my,
Okay. So far I don't know, but I'll try to spend some
yes,
time.
yes, that because see, Snowflake now in market, Snowflake is the like hot cake. People are you don't know how companies are trying to get those Snowflake resources. So once you just add some Snowflake on your resume and put in on your uh, in any portal, and you just see that response, then only you will understand that, because it's a fifth generation and it's the latest. There is no upgraded version rather than the Snowflake in the market. So that's it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
hello, Amin. I'm
Yeah, hi, tell me.
Satya. Uh, Actually, I know SQL and MSB and Power BI, but in
Mhm.
Snowflake is easy to learn to me or not?
Easy to learn means if you know the SQL, then you are in a benefit. Like you can
Only
uh,
okay,
see,
okay, tell.
JavaScript, Python, everything you can interpret, but that is not mandatory, that is not required. Okay,
Okay,
if somebody wants to code with JavaScript, if somebody wants to code with Python, they can do, but maximum 95% work will be done by SQL only. And in my organization, whatever in on practical field I'm working, that is also we are working on SQL only, not Python, not JavaScript, nothing. We are working on SQL only, because
okay.
you can
Yeah,
see the on the front end also you can see.
I know very well in SQL, and
Yeah,
recently I learned Power BI also.
okay.
Um, so what is the snowflakes? I don't know this about the. I don't know this idea. That's
Which
why
idea?
this one is snowflake. First time I'm hearing this technology.
Oh, okay. So
Mm,
Snowflake is the latest data warehousing. Okay, so
okay,
it's the cloud is latest data warehousing technology, and there is no
okay,
upgraded version other than Snowflake. So
okay,
you can load all those data from outside. You can analysis the data, and you can generate the report based on that. So
okay.
lot of flexibilities are provided by in Snowflake. So
Should I
whenever
create
we
any
will
reports in Snowflake or not?
No. Basically, BI reporting tool or other reporting tool will directly integrate with Snowflake to generate the report. This is a data warehouse. You have to
Okay.
be ready with the data, and your reporting tool can be connected here, and they can be generate the report. So,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, I understood.
Here is the partner connect option. If you go to the partner connect option, you will be seeing like these are all the reporting things like ClickView, Informatica. These are all the application you can connect with this. They have already the connections. See the talent. You can connect with Snowflake and you can work on that. Okay, so these are all the partner connect options are available in the Snowflake. So anyways, so we will see how in the later part of the what I can say, later part of the course, whenever we will completely know about Snowflake, all those in and outs. After that, we will see how BI reporting tool has been interacted with Snowflake, how we can install and how we can connect and how we can generate reports. So those will be help you in interview case also.
Okay,
Okay,
Amit.
yeah. So that's all. So if you don't know the SQL also, it doesn't matter. So what we will do is like whenever we will be learning the SQL as well. So basically in my course content, there are SQL is a different part. We have the DDL, DML, all those things we will discuss. So that's not an issue. So um, it will be a good learning. Okay.
How long it takes, Amit, this one? The course?
Course details, I think it's a 45 days course.
Okay. Then is anyone give support on this?
That I think the training organization will let you know.
Oh,
So I'm the trainer. So, but the thing is that I do some like what I can say is like if you have any issue in your organization and you're working, so if you reach out to me, definitely I'll help you on that. So that's not an issue.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.